Hey guys, what's going on? Eddie here,
Steven,
Matt,
and we are
Geekin Drinkin.
This is a show where we talk all things movies, TV, comics, music, and we drink some beer.
hey, not to forget, we talked about books too. Nah,
I was like, books. I haven't read a book in my life. So Geekin Drinkin, we talk about all things happening in the movie, TV, all that stuff. Once again,
in the geeky universe.
Yeah, in the geeky universe, we obviously are geeks, and we love to drink. On this episode, we are featuring a OG favorite, and that of Freetail, Bat Outta Helles. It's a German style lager, Bavarian style.
Gonna
Helles lager.
tuck it nice and cozy.
You gonna tuck it?
I'm gonna tuck it in there. My Koozie right there.
Out of context.
our nice flashy Geekin Drinkin Koozies,
Right.
which we will be having more of here soon in the future.
Yeah.
So just stay
And,
tuned for that.
Yeah, and if you want one of these, of course you gotta leave a like, leave a comment, and show us that you're,
Interested.
Supporting us. Supporting us.
But Bat Outta Helles. It is a Bavarian style Helles lager.
Helles?
Yeah, it's a little mix between American
American style.
American style, kind of a German Pilsner with a malt, with a Munich malt, and with all brewed with Edwards Aquifer water. That's from San Antonio.
San Antonio, which is where we're from, man.
Yeah,
So,
so
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to crack this thing open. Let's do it.
Let's go.
do it. Did he just open up a can?
With the bottle.
Yep, that's how people do at bars.
I love Freetail. Ew. But yes, so those of you who have not heard of us, we are a San Antonio-based podcast, and we're not the only ones. There's others, but we are here, and we are beer. No.
Here and beer.
Here and beer. But no, we love all things movies. We love all things games. We love all things TV, music, comics, and shit. Speaking of shit, we're gonna have a segment later on the show. One of my favorite segments called News and Shit. So stay tuned for that. Some current news going on in the world. Steven's gonna hit us with some news, and we're gonna hash it out right here on the table. But first things first. This beer is good, but first things first, we are going to throw it off to Matt, and a segment that we like to call, Matt?
Game chat with Matt.
Yes. So Matt's going to give us some stuff going on in the gaming universe, so I'm going to hand it off to you.
I'm going to go ahead and fall asleep in this part because I don't play video games.
You don't fall asleep.
Alright, well, not just like this, not necessarily news, but, there are news. Big game. Well, I don't know if it's big or not, but it's big for fans of this franchise, this community. Pokemon. Today, a trailer just dropped for the new Pokemon game. If you are not familiar with the way Pokemon games release, they release in two different versions. The most popular versions that came out recently, well not recently, but in the past were Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Sun, or Blue and Red, Sun and Moon. But now it's Pokemon Sword or Shield.
Huh.
Not too many details have been released yet. Just there is a trailer
And what's that being released for?
Nintendo Switch.
Yes!
Exclusively.
Yes.
So of course Pokemon is mostly a Nintendo exclusive.
Yeah.
They're on the DS systems, Nintendo 64 systems, and back in the day. Now they have a post of Pokemon Go that was released last year. They're making their new Pokemon game this year.
So for those that are fans of of course, Red and Blue, and is there
Moon and Sun.
is there a Fire and Ice?
Fire and Ice.
There's a Fire and Ice. For those fans of that, should they expect the same kind of format or gameplay as far as for this new?
When the trailer released, what I saw, it seemed like to be the same type of gameplay as Pokemon.
Just
Let's
better
Go.
graphics.
Yeah, of course, it's better graphics. More gameplay where you're going around, exploring, go to town, battle, train, all that good stuff.
That's cool.
But there is a trailer out. Go check it out. It's on all over Twitter, all over YouTube, all over Instagram.
So that's Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I like how they always have those opposite kind of titles. Red and Blue, Ice and Fire, and Moon and Sun.
Sword is red, and Sword is blue, Shield is red. So
I
pretty
think
much
it should
the
be
same.
the other way around. Because swords more violent. Because of blood. Sword. No?
No.
Anyway, so.
No, because you get more blood on the shield.
And then, opposed to the news of that, I do have some speculating news about the new gaming consoles that are coming out in the next year or two, hopefully.
Soldier Boy cancel.
No, not that one.
Drake.
So,
Drake.
of course, Microsoft announced that their system is going to have backwards compatibility, just how the Xbox One.
So Microsoft,
has.
of course, is Xbox.
Mm-hmm. So of course they're updating their features, their stuff like that. I'm not. Again, this is rumors, speculation. There are confirmed for sure. There's going to be new consoles. Of course, there's going to be new consoles coming out every 5-7 years after the release of their
last one.
Current consoles we have now. But biggest rumor I heard is with PlayStation's console is that they're gonna have backwards compatibility now. Rumor,
And for those at home, what does that mean?
so the PlayStation 4 didn't have that feature, which upset. It upset a lot of people, but it didn't really.
When you say backwards compatibility, it means
Meaning that you
the
can
person
play-
with the
you can-
Xbox 4 could play Xbox 3, Xbox 2, and I mean,
Xbox
I'm sorry, PlayStation. I'm so sorry, PlayStation, 3, PlayStation 2, and PS1 gaming, games.
That's the rumor that's been floating around, is that the new PlayStation console is supposed to be backwards compatible up until the PlayStation 1. So you'll be able to play PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 2 games, 3, 4, and then of course the new generation games with a new console, which will still be released for the PlayStation 4 because that's how they did it when the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One came out, because they still released them for the new consoles plus for the old consoles until eventually they started to discontinue and just release it just for the current gen ones we have now.
Yeah. So this should appeal to someone like Steven, whose last game he played was fucking Tekken 4 on PlayStation 1.
Thank you for at least admitting that. I played that. I thought you were gonna say that the last game I played was Pac-Man.
That's more like grandma.
Well,
That's your favorite game.
If this guy gets the Xbox One, he can play Gears of War the way he played it about a few years ago.
Remember,
my nephew has my Xbox 360 that has Gears of War 1 and 2. I never played
3 was
3.
very sad.
And
Don't play 3 if you're
Don't play.
heavy-hearted.
Well, I mean, number 2 was pretty sad with Dom's the part with Dom's wife. It's one of the saddest moments in video game history.
But nothing compares to Dom's.
I know.
Spoilers, because that game came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I want to play it still, and I still want to play Gears of War 4. It's based off of Marcus's son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Marcus's son, new characters added. There's still Marcus Phoenix is still in it.
Yeah, just an older version.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, those are the latest rumors floating
Yeah,
around right now.
I really do hope eventually they make a movie out of it. I know there's always been that talk.
It's been speculation.
Yeah, and that The Rock could play Dom's part or something.
The Rock would play.
But
But I mean, he wouldn't be the lead.
You know who I would want to play Dom's part? Batista.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I could see Batista as Marcus.
Phoenix.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
That
that's
was
what I'm thinking about.
the fan casting.
The lead, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's just the latest rumors spin out for the new consoles. I mean, of course, they're going to start circulating I'm pretty sure we're going to get official announcements at the end of this year for consoles.
Well, I know a couple weeks back, and this is
Or at least during the holiday season for sure.
a couple weeks back, and I know this is kind of maybe a little old news, but I know a while back Switch announced that they're making it's going to be a new Super Mario Maker sequel.
Yeah.
That's coming out for their Switch, which I have a Switch, so
Which they'd have a Super Mario Maker on their DS.
Yeah, DS,
and DS
I think
handhelds.
they also made it compatible with the Switch. I think there's a version you can buy for the Switch, but I could be wrong. But they are making a sequel to that game, which and they're also speculation. My son loves to play Luigi's Mansion. He has Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. He's beat it. That game is pretty fun. But supposedly this year it's going to be a Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch. So that should be pretty fun.
That should be pretty fun. So, opposing gaming news, rumors, announcements. I just want to talk about a genre of game that has been dominating and affecting the gaming industry. battle royale games. If y'all haven't,
So Battle Royale is
Battle
like
Royale,
Fortnite,
Fortnite, PUBG,
Ape-
the new game that just released right after the Super Bowl happened was Apex Legends from Respawn.
and that's pretty much like they respond to Fortnite. It's just Battle Royale, all, you know.
So a lot of companies
And
have been trying to release their own Battle Royale mode and
even didn't
games.
Battlefield try to do that too?
Battlefield has been trying to. They did announce it. They haven't put it in the games yet. I heard it was supposed to be an update in March that's supposed to be adding it. Black Ops 4 for sure had a blackout mode, which is their own battle royale.
Yeah,
It's alright. I mean, I played it. It's cool to see all the classic maps and Black Ops history being in one map.
Is Battle Royale strictly for online gaming, or is it? Can you? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, that Battle Royale is a setting you can play in a game, mainly online, where it's just throwing it into a map with a bunch of players, and it's pretty much every man for himself.
Every man for himself.
Sometimes there's teams, sometimes there's not.
You can go solo, squads, or team up with a buddy, and y'all guys can take. I know Fortnite is up to 100 players.
In a team?
Yeah, no, 100 players in
whole
map.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. I think Apex Legends and Black Ops 4, the blackout mode is only 88 players in one map. I'm not sure about Apex Legends. I think it's either 80 or 100 players. But yeah, this is a whole bunch of players jump out onto this one single map, and they all just gotta fight for themselves. Whoever's the last one is the champion, the winner, or the winner with a chicken dinner. Whoever played PUBG.
So it's kind of just like it's a genre that's just kind of like just dominating the gaming world right now.
I mean, not so much a genre, just it's a style of gameplay. As far as like back then, when
because a style is a genre.
Okay, Steven. Damn it. Like back then when Call of Duty came out, but that was mostly just teams. Team was just team, right? Back when like Call of Duty.
Well, when Call of Duty came out, I think the first multiplayer was in Call of Duty 2.
But it was mostly teams. It was never like
team
single. Yeah, it was team. It was never it was never online. Every man for himself, kind of. Like I said, battle royale.
It has been done before, but PUBG was the one who brought it back to life. But then Epic came out with their Fortnite game, which was supposed to be a 4-player co-op horde game, fighting against different enemies that are trying to attack your base. That didn't work out in their favor, and they're like, look, let's just make this game mode separate. And then they released their Fortnite Battle Royale,
and that blew up. Yeah,
they got sued for it.
Really?
They got the developers of PUBG sued Epic Games because they thought they stole their idea, which was not an original idea in the first place.
Yeah.
It has happened. I mean, there has been Battle Royale games opposed to PUBG, but they weren't popular until Fortnite came out.
Okay.
And then the most recent Battle Royale game has been Apex Legends, which astoundingly got 20 million players within its first 2 days of launching.
I know when it came out, like there was a whole bunch of buzz online on Twitter, and a whole bunch of gamers that I follow on YouTube doing 24-hour streams of just playing it. And so I mean, have you played Apex?
I have played Apex.
Have you played Fortnite?
I played both.
Which do you prefer?
I hate Fortnite. I honestly enjoy Apex a lot just because of the developer who made it, Respawn Entertainment. They're a developer partnered up with EA, so EA said, "Hey, look, let's make our own Battle Royale game. We're gonna give you this much money, do whatever you want with it." And then they came up with Apex Legends. The reason why I like it is because there's different legends you can play. They have different abilities that will match your gameplay or will help your squad win.
Okay.
So that's why I like it so much, because it actually makes you want to play differently than opposed to being like Fortnite. We just drop down, build, find, survive.
So Apex, there's not so much building and all that stuff. I know Fortnite's a big thing in building. That kind of thing has kind of got on my nerves. It's like, did people just build, and it's just like
people are so good at building, they can build a whole tower or a whole statue in 5 seconds.
I've seen it, and it's ridiculous.
My son, your nephew, got so involved with. I mean, first of all, he was already playing Minecraft. Where he just kept building. He built a Mickey Mouse on Minecraft. He saw a YouTube video, saw how to do it, and he did it on his own Minecraft.
That was been a busy week
then,
for him.
when we got into Nintendo Switch and we downloaded Fortnite, and then we bought him a packet too. He just like, Dad, look, check it out what I built. I'm like,
right? It's a big dick.
I don't know about that. Anyways,
people big dicks. It's weird.
Well, yeah, I mean.
well, yeah.
And then the negative effect battle royale games have is because like it's such a popular game mode. Fortnite is more popular within like kids like 10 and up. Like
I already get that because my son's only 4. He likes to play Fortnite. I'm like, dude, stop playing Fortnite. You're 4 years old.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be meant for but of course there's a lot of adults that like it, play it, are good at it. I personally don't like it. I'm not good at it. I hate the building aspect of it because it gets annoying when I'm trying to I get enemies and then I shoot them and then they freaking build this whole tower from the seconds. I was like, okay.
It's like they're running away, but they're building. It's just like
with Apex Legends, it's first person. That's why I like it because I hate the third person aspect of Fortnite.
I just remember I just used to love playing Capture the Flag on Halo.
Okay, anyway,
yeah,
grandpa over here.
But a lot of game developers are trying to implement that in their games, like what Black Ops 4 did with Treyarch did with Black Ops 4. They did the Blackout, which wasn't really a hit. I mean, people still play it, but it wasn't too much of a hit. Battlefield 5 coming out with one soon, maybe, who knows. But yeah, I mean, it's a very popular game mode. My opinion on it is there's games that are good, games that are bad, but it does affect the gaming community because a lot of people do still like playing single player games, campaigns and stuff like that. So that's my take on the battle royale aspect of gaming. Battle royale gaming, stuff like that. So
well, thanks for giving us some insight. And obviously Steven doesn't know much about gaming. I'm a little bit into it, but I don't play games as much. So Apex Legends, check it out.
Before we go away from the gaming section, my son did call you out though.
What?
He's calling you out on Super Smash Bros.
Oh, he wants to play me?
Yeah, he wants to play. He says he's
Let's
ready.
Get it on. No, but I accept that challenge. But yeah, so check out Apex Legends. Hopefully
it is free to play. Just how Fortnite is. PUBG isn't, unfortunately. So. But it just got released on PlayStation 4.
Check out the trailer for the new Pokemon Sword
Go.
and Shield.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that.
Look out for any news or rumors or anything involving in the next-gen consoles.
Well, this has been Game Chat with
Matt.
Alright, so, we just had a game chat with Matt, and he gave us his little insight on some gaming news, some stuff that's coming out, some new trailers for some new games.
And why he hates Fortnite.
And why he doesn't like Fortnite so much, but so we're gonna go ahead and do a new not a new segment. We've
introduced it before.
Yeah, we've introduced it, but we haven't done it in a while. But I just recently came across some stuff that I thought I wanted to share. So we're gonna do Have You Heard?
Yeah, that's music. That's my guitar. Sorry, I apologize for everybody.
Anyways, so this past week, I just kind of we all three of us love listening to music. We have our, favorite bands, favorite, I guess genres, but we also listen to some of the same genres as well. Sometimes I feel kind of left out because these two are always texting about so-and-so band are coming in town and they're like, you go see them, they don't invite their big brother, but it's whatever. I'm cool. I'm fine.
I'm cool.
But recently, I just heard a couple things, a couple bands that I never really heard before, and I didn't know these guys heard before, so I just thought, I want to share it out there. So, pop punk, it's been out there for the longest time. Some of your big pop punk bands that are out there is, obviously Newfound Glory. Good Charlie was in that.
Did you consider being into pop punk to some extent?
I kind of kickstarted.
Yeah, I would say I definitely consider Blink-182 is kind of like the icons of it. like Matt said, they're the ones that kind of brought it out. I mean, they were one of the first big bands that came out there. I mean, you had bands like Green Day, Offspring that were kind of popular punkish, but they were still
punk to
punk.
their roots.
Yeah, punk, alternative punk.
But the government.
So nowadays, so nowadays the mainstream, not the mainstream, but the pop punk nowadays is like Story So Far, Neck Deep, Real Friends, State Champs,
who were also inspired by by pop punk bands,
they listen to it just like us.
Like for instance, I know one of Matt's favorite bands, the Story So Far, is named after a New Found Glory song.
Mm-hmm.
Story So Far. Like I said, Blink-182 is one of those that's just been out there. It's been around for a long time. Love their latest album, California. It's big fan.
Supposed to be coming to album pretty soon. I mean, not pretty soon, but they're
hopefully,
doing it.
All the band members are always staying busy. I mean, obviously Tom DeLonge wasn't in the last album. He was, I don't want to say replaced, but substituted with Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio, which they had just recently came out with an album too.
Matt Skiba and the Secrets.
And
you ever heard the solo stuff? The solo stuff is good. I love the solo stuff. You never heard the solo stuff?
I heard some of it. I don't know. Is there anything new?
I mean, not new, but
okay. Well, yeah, I heard
album.
I heard
it was Matt Skiba and the Secrets with him and the guy from AFI, and they're good.
But there's just all that stuff. But
again,
going and like I was trying to say, pop punk's been around for a long time, and back when I was in high school listening to it, people would make fun of me about it, but it's gone to a level that it's there, it's out there, it's kind of like the anthem for teenagers, and there's so many good ones out there. Like you named a few. Story So Far is, I know, one of y'all's favorites. I like them. They're pretty good.
Neck Deep,
one of my favorites
Real
is
Friends.
Neck Deep, Major League. I love them. They're really good.
State Champs.
State Champs is another one. I just came across this one. They came out with an album. I'm not sure when it came out last year, but it was their first full-length album came out last year called Between You and Me. Again,
that sounds real similar to between the buried and what is it?
Between the Buried and Me.
It is so different.
But you were like, what? They're not pop punk when I first told you about it. But the band is called Between You and Me, and I really do want to say that they got their name from an Atari song, which I am a big fan of the Ataris. It's that song came out in the Atari's EP, Look Forward to Failure.
Didn't you see them last year? Or like last year?
Yeah, last year, like towards the end of the year, when they were celebrating their 15th anniversary for So Long Astoria.
I don't know if y'all heard, but Taking Back Sunday is celebrating their 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
In March.
Taking Back Sunday celebrating.
2 shows in Austin.
Yeah, they at least make it to one.
Well, for one, they're gonna play Tell All Your Friends on one of those shows. Completely, and then plus another.
Dude, imagine! Just imagine if Brand New made a cameo.
They're even gonna do.
No, it won't happen.
It won't happen.
It never
After
happened.
Tell All Your Friends, you're gonna do Louder Now, or the other one before that. After Tell All Your Friends.
Where
you want to be?
Yeah, where you want to be. Yeah,
Shimoda.
love that album.
But going back to
so this band Between You and Me is a really good band. Really think you guys are gonna like them. They stick to that pop punk sound. I know people are always complaining about like, oh, all these pop punk bands sound the same. But the thing about pop punk is that they speak to a broad audience, and some of the lyrics are just so close, that you could just relate.
Yeah, the thing about pop punk in my mind is just like when you're a teenager and you of course you're angsty, you have something that you want to get out, but you just don't know how. Pop punk is usually that medium too.
What I like about this band, I don't want to say that they're old because they look kind of young. But I'm not sure, where their age group is at. But one of my favorite songs from their album is "Friends of '96," and I just love that song. I kind of relate to it. It's just kind of like talking about that he misses all his friends that he had back in '96 that were that were close, good friends, but like. Just kind of lost track of. And that's kind of how I feel sometimes with some of my friends. I haven't seen a lot of my friends from high school in a long time. I try to get in touch with them. None of them ever, get back to me. So it's like that's why I kind of like that song. And this is what I love about pop punk. They call it, sometimes they relate pop punk to emo, and it's like, well, yeah, it's a little bit emotional, but sometimes it's just kind of like. And what I like about these pop punks now is that they're a little bit more aggressive in their lyrics, and saying like, fuck that, she broke my heart and kind of stuff, and F those guys, I thought we were friends, y'all ditched me. So that's what I kind of like about this band. And they're not necessarily saying that, they're just saying like, yeah, I'm just trying to remember all my friends from.
They're getting their voice out the way they want to.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of sad right now because I have empty beer.
Well, then don't drink a beer too
fast.
fast.
Don't drink too fast.
It's a good beer.
Yeah, I'm all like right here.
It's a good beer. Yeah, if y'all haven't tried Bat Outta Helles from Freetail, I suggest you try it because it's one of their OG beers and it's really good.
And of course, they got their name from all the bats on the freaking freeway. Because their brewery's literally right next to their freeway. To a freeway.
Mexican Freetail bat.
Yeah.
But so bats are angsty.
And another one of my favorite songs from the album is "Catch a Break." I just like the way they just played. It's really good.
So what's the name of this album?
What is the name of the album? I can't remember.
Talking about it, praising it, doesn't even know the name.
Man, Everything is Temporary.
Everything is Temporary.
That's the name of the album.
That's okay. So it's between
the band name is Between You and Me.
Between You and Me.
The album is Everything is Temporary.
Everything is Temporary.
Which kind of makes sense, I mean,
that kind of does make sense as far as like, when you're younger. You
had your friends,
everything is temporary.
Yeah.
You grow up in life, that makes much sense with the pop punk genre. If you're into that, if you're into, a little bit of rock, a little bit of roll, and a little bit of emotion, listen to some pop punk. Let me jump off of that. There's an album that I recently had listened to that I really, really, really love. And if you follow us on Instagram, I just want to give you a quick thing in there. Peach Club from Emarosa. It's a band that's been around for a good while. They've gone through multiple iterations as far as singers and sounds. They've had ex-Dance Gavin Dance singer Johnny Craig into their band, which kind of, their sound goes more of a soulful kind of rock and roll sound. But recently they've, the last 3 albums had Bradley, I forgot his last name, but I know his name is Bradley.
Bradley Cooper?
No, but Bradley Walden, I believe his last name is. I apologize if I get that wrong.
Tell me, girl.
But their latest album is called Peach Club, and this has a more pop rock taste to it. It gets you moving. It gets you jamming. It's a great album. I loved it from start to finish. It was one of my most anticipated albums of 2019, and it's pretty much my top album of the year so far. We're only in March. We're only in February, March. But so far this has been one of the best albums. My standout songs from this album is "So Bad." It's also Bradley Walden. That's his name. Standout songs are "So Bad," "Hell of It," and "Wait Stay." Those are the 3 of my favorite songs on the album. It's different. It's a different sound for the band, and I really, really enjoy it. I listen to it on a daily basis just because it gets me up in the morning and gets me ready to go. It's a great album. If you like that kind of pop sound with a little bit of rock, I suggest you listen to it. It's a great album. So check out Peach Club from Emarosa.
And if you're in the San Antonio area, a couple tours going to be either in San Antonio themselves or in Austin. Again, if you're a Taking Back Sunday fan, they are gonna have the 20th anniversary tour in Austin at Emos for 2 days, March 25th and 26th. Another band, Citizen.
Oh, and
Citizen, Knuckle Puck, Oso, and I think another band are gonna come in May or June of this summer at Paper Tiger. Turnstile, Turnover. I forgot the other band. It was a Teen Mom or Mom Jeans.
It's Turnstile, Turnover, and Rep.
Oh, Rep.
Rep. I got damn name, dude.
Repetition or something. I don't know.
They're a good band, and we will put the link in the description. But yes,
they're coming to Austin. At Mohawk, and if you're a Day to Remember fan plus a Knocked Loose fan, you're gonna be at the Tobin Center. At the Tobin Center, June 12th.
June 12th? Is it June 12th? I thought it was May. Okay, June 12th. Okay, yeah. Okay, you're right. So
those are big tours gonna be coming here in Texas, San Antonio area or Austin area. So be sure to, if you're a local, check those out. If you're a fan of alternative, pop punk, emo, screamo, or just jamming out in general.
And we'll be remiss to say that before, I know Steven has another band he wants to talk about. We'll be remiss to say that recently it's been announced that Alamo City Music Hall is closing its doors down.
It's already closed its doors now.
Yeah,
Fortunately,
we've been there plenty of times. I've seen As I Lay Dying, Deborah Was Prada, Dance Gavin Dance, Circus Survive, La Dispute. I've seen so many bands there, and I love that venue.
I've been there a couple times. I've seen Close Your Eyes, Under Oath, A Day to Remember, and then jump into a whole other genre. I've seen Streetlight Manifesto and Real Big Fish. That was an amazing show.
Who have you seen there?
I've seen a lot of bands there. I've seen the Wonder Years there with Motion City Soundtrack, Circus Survive, La Dispute, Isaiah Rashad, which is the rapper, can jump into another genre of music. Stick to Your Guns, Expire.
Yes.
There was Prada, Issues, Texas in July.
So we've all seen good bands there.
Yeah, and with that, they did have some concerts lined up that were supposed to play there.
But
those have been moved to different venues, so
mostly the Rock Box, which is right next door.
You can always go to Twin Productions, check out
social
their
media,
social
their
media.
websites.
They've kind of informed,
constantly
fans
constantly
updating. So if you were looking to go see a band that was supposed to be
tickets,
there or had tickets,
if you were gonna buy tickets,
they're still good.
Yeah, they're still good.
Just make sure you know where they're headed.
Yeah,
right across from the
tracks.
Spaghetti Factory.
Yeah, because I know
Warehouse.
I know Dance Gavin Dance is coming on tour. I believe in March or April. They were playing at the music hall, but they got moved next door to Rock Box. So like I said, just check back to Twin Productions, and they will give you the information of where to go.
And
but
last thing that I just want to discuss too is if you also haven't heard yet.
Okay, let's start off. You're I'm a massive fan of
Blink 182 fan.
Of Blink and that of 182.
Yes. Blink 182, yes, I am a huge fan of theirs. I've seen them 4 times. I've seen them once. I've seen them twice. I seen them I
think
99 Warped Tour. I saw them 2000, 2001 Emma the State Tour.
Guys like old, so
back in Austin, that was a weird one too because both of those, Dad was there, and then saw him with this guy with Cypress Hill,
Taking Back Sunday
at the old Verizon Amphitheater.
Oh, I miss that place.
He saw me crowd surfing.
That's one of my first concerts, and it was awesome.
And then we recently saw them 3
years ago in the AT&T Center with All American Rejects and A Day to Remember.
And Day to Remember with Matt Skiba. I was real fortunate to do a meet and greet with them. I was so happy about that.
You know what? For the part of me, I'm jealous that y'all saw them with Day to Remember, but screw you because we saw Blink-182 when Travis Barker had a broken leg and he still came out and jammed out.
And did his solo.
Yes.
He did his solo.
So this comment is like it's not about Blink-182.
But me being a huge Blink-182 fan, Mark Hopkins is doing a side project.
Hopkins or Hoppus?
Hoppus.
Hopkins.
Hops.
Hoppus.
Hops.
I heard they put more hops into
Hoppus.
it. So Mark Hoppus is nice. I got me all mixed up. Anyways, Mark Hoppus is is the bass player of Blink-182 that's starting a new band with the singer and rhythm guitarist of All Time Low, Alex Gaskarth. I want to say that.
He has a weird last name.
It's a little awkward to say.
His name is Alex. You guys know who he is.
Alex Gaskarth from All Time Low, called Simple Creatures.
That's the name of the band?
That's the name of the band.
Simple
Plus, All
Creatures.
Time Low's doing a 10-year anniversary of their second album.
They do have two singles out. Strange Love and Drugs.
Drugs. Why does everybody have a song named Drugs?
Just like there's a band named Drugs. Or was a band named Drugs.
It wasn't what you thought it was.
So, if you have Spotify, or I'm sure that it's on Apple Music as well, you can check those two songs out.
What kind of sound is it more going? Is it more?
It's still in the pop punk sound, but
more poppy.
More poppy than punky.
Maybe not too much poppy. I mean, maybe in the new versions of Fall Out Boy, like new Fall Out Boy, not old Fall Out Boy.
Whoa. So bad Fall Out Boy. But they do it better.
But they do it better. It's really good. I really enjoy them. I really love the song Drugs. It's a good song. I don't know why I love that song in particular.
You love Drugs.
But it's a really good song. They are gonna have their EP available on March 29th this year, so keep an eye out for that. It's a real distinguished sound, still in the pop punk realm, but they, it's just that it's pretty much like just them two, and Alex, has his little beat mixer thing too, so
his little beats going on,
kind of like a drum kit.
When I saw Citizen.
Or
when I saw Citizen a few months back, Matt Kirkis actually had his own little beat pad, because for some songs, he had a little beat pad. It was pretty cool to see that live. But again,
kind of like that. Yeah, okay.
So that's pretty much what I wanted to say.
Pads
so
are okay.
But that was just for the songs.
Concert wise, check out Taking Back Sunday will be in Austin for 2 shows.
Turnstile and Dan Turnover will be in Austin.
A Day to Remember will be in San Antonio.
Citizen,
Knuckle will be here. Dance Gavin Dance.
So go look for those. If you're a fan of any of those bands, go check those out.
And if you're not, then you should be, because they're awesome.
If you're a fan of pop punk, check out Between You and Me, their album Everything Is Temporary. And then if you're a fan of pop rock, if you're a fan of pop punk icons like Blink-182 and All Time Low, go check out Simple Creatures.
Plus, All Time Low is doing their 10-year anniversary of what's the album called with Dear Maria and Count Me In.
Oh, I forget what that one was. I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yes, but and also if you're a fan of pop rock, listen to Peach Club from Emarosa. So that is our segment of music titled Have You Heard? So we've jumped into gaming with Matt. We've jumped into music with
Have You Heard?
And all of us, but we've been watching some TV, and there's been some good shows that have come out this.
Streaming TV.
Oh yeah. When I say TV, it's pretty much streaming. That's where TV's at now. And that of
on the small screen.
Yeah, and that of 3 good shows that have come out. That in Deadly Class, Doom Patrol, and Umbrella Academy. All of which are comic properties. One's on Sci-Fi, one's on DC All Access, and one's on Netflix. So I know you have access to Sci-Fi. Me, Matthew, not so much as of right now, but you've been catching up with Deadly Class. Which songs Benedict Wong from Doctor Strange. He plays Wong.
Plus-
he plays Wong.
Plus, the directors of Avengers Infinity War are involved in the show.
They're producers.
Oh, they are? Okay, okay.
Russo
Yeah, I heard
brothers.
about that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, if you love Doctor Strange or Infinity War, Wong, who makes an appearance, played by Benedict Wong, he comes out in Deadly Class. So can you give us a little bit of your thoughts on how far are you in Deadly Class?
I am on episode 5 or 6. I'm 2 episodes behind from where they're at right now.
Okay, so it's like weekly. They release them.
Yeah, they're released
Well,
weekly
it's
because
on TV.
it's on the network on Sci-Fi,
Sci-Fi.
which is cable TV
Yeah.
or
Excuse me, I'm
or-
spoiled by Netflix.
or you can get it like on Sling, YouTube TV,
Any of them.
or Hulu Live, things like that. But it's Deadly Class, based off of a graphic novel, obviously. Producers are Anthony and Joe Russo, who also directed Captain America: Winter Soldier, Captain America: Civil War, and Avengers: Infinity War, and who will be bringing us Avengers Endgame this year in
Dude, they've taken on a lot in the
And
past.
I heard after that,
2
after
years.
Endgame, they're like, all right,
Yeah, we're done.
We're
Yeah,
done.
we're gonna take
We're gonna take a little sabbatical.
We're tired, man.
Can we get a break?
Right?
But yeah, Deadly Class. It's a really good show, based in the 80s.
And I actually read the graphic novel it's based off of, or at least the first volume.
Yeah, based off like Maggie said, off of a graphic novel. It's pretty much has a deal around this homeless kid that he's just had a bad life, bad situation, and gets picked up by adversaries of Benedict Wong. Benedict Wong, who comes out, and again, he, like you said, he came out
He plays
in
Wong
Wong in
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange and
Infinity
appeared
War.
in Infinity War.
He's great.
Yeah,
When
so,
he said, F y'all, I'm going back to the
He's all
to the Sanctorium.
the New York Realm is unguarded.
yeah,
What must you do?
which was pretty much like Magic said, F y'all guys, y'all deal with this. He took Strange, I'm out here. So Benedict Wong, he plays Master Lin. He's like the so to kind of paint you a picture, he's like the principal or dean of an assassin school.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a high school.
Kind of like everything
But-
else you're talking about.
But instead of learning your basic math, algebra, and your science and biology and stuff like
Also
that,
training to become an assassin.
you're learning to be an assassin. There are cliques in there that are in the school that are learning to be assassins, or training to be better for their
Right.
groups. Their I don't really want to say terrorist groups, but they are kind of terrorist groups, because like one clique is for like the cartels, another one's for like
Yakuza.
neo Nazis or white supremacists, Koozies for the Japanese, straight up gangsters from Harlem and stuff, things like that. But Benedict has this one group that kind of has like almost one from each one, and they recruit this one kid who's a homeless kid, and they recruit him because of something that he supposedly did to an orphanage, because he was homeless, he was an orphan, and so this is the reason why they recruit him into the school. He's kind of like the outcasts, and which what they do have. They have their punks and goths in there too that are the outsiders. So it's a really good show. I really enjoy it. It's real entertaining. It's just one thing I just don't like right now is they are building up to what's really happening, because there is something going on with Wong, that he has one of his students keeping an eye on this kid and kind of keeping tabs on him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't really know exactly what's going on. So it's kind of like everywhere right now, because I think it's just kind of more introducing everything, and they're introducing everybody and building up the conflict. So it's kind of hard, to see where exactly they're trying to go with it, but it is real entertaining. I really do like it. The way it's shot, it's really good too.
How's the production value of it, like as far as
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
effects,
The shots are really good. Some of the fight scenes are really badass. It is a little gory, so be prepared for that.
But TV gory.
One reason I want to watch it.
Well, it's sci-fi TV gory, so it's got a little bit more mild violence than you're gonna see on Agents and Shield.
Well, I mean, the reason I asked is because, like, I mean, it's TV. TV
like
sometimes
regular broadcast TV.
Sometimes it could have good production value as far as like effects, or does it have like?
It's a little.
Or does it have DC Universe style DC effects?
Well, I'm actually gonna compare it to that. It's a little bit more Netflixy.
Yeah,
more kind of Daredevil, Punisher.
Okay.
More maybe a little bit more Daredevil than Punisher, because Punisher gets a little but a little bit more Daredevil with all the fighting style.
Okay.
For sure.
So it's more practical as far as like I said, like, just the violent wise, the fighting scenes. It's more practical as far as special effects.
You got to keep an open mind on it. It's about assassins, and they are teenage kids.
Yeah.
So it's like a high school for assassin teenagers. So it's really good.
There's one episode that I was really like. That's why I want to watch the show, because there's one episode that was in the comic book that I really loved, and that was the acid trip.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the episode. That's the episode that I'm on right now.
And so what? In the comics, is it numbered episodes or?
No,
it's
well, it on my app. I used a comic book app called Comixology, which was linked to Amazon.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, it's not too much to pay. It's like either $5 a month, plus you gotta pay for whatever books you want to buy, which is discounted, I believe.
Yeah.
But there's this one segment in the comic book where they all take acid, acid, right?
Yeah.
They all take acid, and one guy takes more acid. The main character has a heavier trip than.
Well, because he takes one that he thinks is a dud. And then so
it's not.
They take another one, and so he ends up like tripping like double.
But what I'm trying to get at is that, like, is it like with the comic and the TV and the episodes, is it simultaneous as far as like when it's introduced?
That's
like,
what
episode
I've never seen the show.
So I'm with him on the opposite, that I've never read the novel.
So you're like, oh
yeah. So
I read the first volume of the book,
but
it's not the beginning, right?
I did know that when Deadly Class was announced, that it was based off of a graphic novel.
Oh yeah, of course.
I've known about the
You just don't know the issues.
Yeah, I just never bought.
Okay.
My thing is that with a lot of these new shows that are coming out that are based off of comic books, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've kind of lost touch in the comic book world.
There's so much. There's so much. And I don't blame you for that, because I'm the same way.
And again, comic books aren't just superheroes, beings with superpowers.
Yeah,
a lot of comic books out there deal with real life issues, but have a twist.
But like
Deadly Class.
But there is
like The Walking Dead. A real popular showrunner that's going on for 9 seasons, getting ready to go on its 10th season after this season.
Yeah.
That was based off a comic book, and I knew it was, and I've seen it before. My thing was I just don't know why I never bought them. I just kind of lost touch with it.
It's a lot to keep track of.
And now that all these shows are coming out, I'm like, man, I'm like that person that
You're like
I'm like that person that should have saw a movie in the theater as opposed to seeing it.
You're like the character from How Much Mother the Blitz. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, so Deadly Class is on Sci-Fi every. Do you know when new episodes air, more or less?
I believe it's every Tuesday or every Wednesday that they come out.
Yeah, every Tuesday or Wednesday. Check it out. A new episode of Deadly Class, starring Benedict Wong.
Every Wednesday.
So check that out on Sci-Fi. You could on Sling, on Hulu TV, or even on your.
If you have regular
cable,
check
it out.
Check it out.
But another one that just got released, and for those of you who don't know, a little backstory on Doom Patrol is a comic book that was That was.
It's a comic book. I don't know if it was created by Grant Morrison back in the 80s or 90s.
It was okay. Look, for those who don't know that, Doom Patrol was released about a month or two before X-Men was, and the reason I say that is because Doom Patrol has a lot of similarities between X-Men. You know, as far as like the Professor X figure and the Outcast mutants. That's the theme of this show today is Outcast mutants, or Outcast superhero, or super ability people. You know, Outcast.
I think what started that Outcast was when Suicide Squad came out, because they were an Outcast. They weren't superheroes; they were villains.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but I said like Doom Patrol, and there's a lot of speculation of like, was X-Men kind of Doom Patrol like was X-Men Marvel's response to Doom Patrol, or was it like did someone have a little ear in what was going on and like let's kind of beat it to the punch? Either way, X-Men and Doom Patrol are kind of real similar. Doom Patrol is a lesser known property, but we did get a series that was first introduced in Titans episode
3 called Origins, I believe.
I believe it was 4. It was
It was 3.
Okay,
3 because it was Raven. Raven and Beast Boy. Beast Boy was when we introduced Raven to the Doom Patrol because he was in the mansion.
Yeah.
So Raven introduced to Beast Boy for the first time. He introduced her to the Doom Patrol, which they highlighted Negative Man, Elastigirl, and Robot Man, which is played by
Brendan
Fraser.
And also the Chief.
And also the Chief, which was portrayed by a different actor. In
so come back, to this episode 1 of Doom Patrol, which is on DC All Access. If you like DC, like comics, you like the movies, subscribe to DC All Access. It's pretty good. I like it. If you want to check out Titans, it's exclusively on DC All Access.
It's a new Young Justice season.
Yeah,
which I have been watching, and it's getting
and we will touch on
good.
Next episode is these animated shows. So stay tuned for that. Next episode, we're gonna be touching on Young Justice. I know how much you love that.
I love Young Justice.
But let's stay the course with this live action Doom Patrol portrayal, starring Denai Guerrero as Crazy Jane, Brendan Fraser as Robot Man, April Bowlby as Elastigirl, Matt Bomer as Negative Man, Timothy Dalton as the Chief, Alan Tudyk. You know Alan Tudyk, the pirate, Steve the Pirate. Arr! He's also K2SO on Rogue One. He plays Mr. Nobody. And I can't pronounce his name, Jovi Wade? He plays Cyborg. Mm-hmm. So, I watched the first episode.
To kind of reiterate, like you said, Doom Patrol was first... the live version of Doom Patrol was first introduced in Titans episode 3. Like you said, we only had 3 characters plus the Chief. And then in the actual show, we get introduced to 2 new characters,
which was
Crazy Jane,
and Cyborg.
Yeah. So, I know we've all watched the first episode. I remember I texted you guys. I remember you initially texted us like I watched it, and I loved it. I thought it was, and the thing is with these DC All Access shows, right off the bat they let you know. Yeah. This is not your granddad's fucking Doom Patrol. This is not something to watch with your kids. This is a hard R.
Hard R rated.
This is not your 1963.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Because it starts off.
That's when they first appeared, was in
1963.
But it starts off with some graphic loving. In that,
sure,
no spoilers. I don't really want to spoil. I just want want to give our thoughts.
Yeah. So of course, the first episode is going to introduce us to these characters
and
how they got there.
It's going to elaborate. It's going to elaborate more.
The thing is, I loved it. I loved especially with Brendan Fraser's character. He was the highlight of the episode.
He had a more tragic story.
A more tragic and a more successful arc as far as what happens to him, and when he realizes what is going on in his life. It was heartbreaking. For the first maybe 15 minutes of the episode, you see Brendan Fraser. For the rest of the episode, it's him voicing Robot Man, who's played by another actor, and just his voice in his voice acting for that character is that speaks to how good he is, because like there's one in particular where he realizes shit, something, it's a kind of a, not a twist, but it's
with a twist,
it goes in a direction. It's just like wow, and his voice in general just kind of gives you that makes you feel it. Would you disagree, or how'd you feel about it?
How'd you go? God, how'd you take
I felt his story was more impactful than like the others.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Elastigirl, her story.
And the thing is about Elastigirl,
She was an actress in the 50s.
Not so much a backstory. I just have issue with her. Like she's
what she's capable of.
Yeah. Where is the elastic part?
I'm sure
it's not the
maybe it's something she will learn eventually.
It's definitely not the Elastigirl we see in The Incredibles.
Yeah,
sure.
But like I said, like it's just like hopefully later on in the show she's able to control her powers. But for now, it's pretty much pause shit.
Yeah.
It's like the Blob.
It is, and there are some parts it's just like it's heartbreaking because she's she obviously it affects her life in a sense where she's like, help me or get me back home, or just I don't want to be here, and it's heartbreaking. But like you just apologize.
They're all in the first episode they're all like how they're all weird. They're all extroverted now or introverted now. Yeah. Like they were so successful in their lives, but now their lives been infected by their accidents that happened to them. Mm-hmm. Crazy Jane was
Diana Guerrero is awesome.
Of course, she has split personality disorder,
and each personality has an ability.
Power.
It's like 36.
36 different personalities, which God, thank bless his heart, James McAvoy, just as anything is split, but in this is a different take. 36 personalities, each with a different power. Mm-hmm. You got Hammerhead, you got Jane, you got I forgot to tell some of the other ones, but they only highlight a certain, like maybe a couple in this episode.
Yeah.
But the initial, I guess, not chemistry, but relationship-wise between her and Brendan Fraser is really good. I really love it.
I'm still iffy on it, just the way I was iffy with Titans.
Okay, yes.
Titans was good. I watched all of it. Would I go back and watch it again? No. The only thing that would make me go back and watch it again is if I don't remember something and I just want to go and refresh myself on it. But
you finished it, right?
But I wouldn't watch the full episode to refresh myself on it. Yes.
See, I have not. I started watching Titans again, and I just stopped at the first episode because, like, I know how it ends. I mean, I've seen the last ending. Eddie showing off his new Freetail beer, fresh.
Guys, look at that can. Look at that can. I just love the way their cans.
I love the way the can highlights the city of San Antonio.
It does. You can see the skyline. You can see the tower. You can see
plus the missions, which I did not notice.
Guys, if you love San Antonio, if you love your city, you'll love Freetail. Just
San Antonio. San Antonians are really proud of their city.
San Antonians.
Okay.
Anyway,
going back to our topic.
I don't know. For me, I'm still like iffy on Doom Patrol. I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch the second episode.
I will say this: I've seen second episode. I did not like it as much as I liked the first one. And one thing, I'm not gonna say what I hated about it, but the one thing I will say is that the second episode does, and it's not a spoiler because it's in the previews and you guys know it. Second episode does introduce Cyborg, and I'm not impressed. I feel like in the whole episode he constantly tries to remind you that he is Cyborg by saying, "I am Cyborg. I am Cyborg." Okay, we get it. You are Cyborg.
Oh, what was that? It was a movie that comic book movie that they kept saying the same thing too. I am not Guardians of the Galaxy with I am Groot. There was another one.
Iron Fist. I am the Iron Fist.
Yes, show. I am the Iron Fist.
I am the immortal Iron Fist.
I am the immortal Iron Fist. Like, okay, we get it. We understand it. You're the immortal Iron Fist. Start kicking some ass, please.
Like,
do something.
I'm not gonna admit. Like I will admit, I did not completely love the second episode. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But there are points that really hit home. And I'm sorry. And the ending kind of like, oh, okay, now I know what happens because there's something happens at the end. It's just like, oh wow. But initially the show kind of it's real meta as far as the narrating. Like, oh, this is like that because the show is narrated by Alec Tunick, who is Mr. Nobody, who is the main villain of this show. And in the first episode, it's real meta. Like, oh, you know, like there's something he says. I forgot what he says.
Like these stupid fools or something
like it's real meta. He's real aware of that you're watching a comic book show, and it like I just feel like
he's kind of like they're almost trying to be like Deadpool.
Fourth wall breaking.
I just feel like in the second episode, he just doesn't let up. Like it's just okay, we get it. Like we get it. Like you don't have to just okay, it's enough already.
Stop
like
reminding us.
Yeah, like it's just like get on with what's going on, and it does get kind of weird as far as like production wise, like the way the show looks, not all that great, and I just wish I hope it gets better as season progresses. That being said, I really like the production value and everything that's going on.
And I just it's really good. It's a really good show. Like again, like I just said, I feel skeptical on it, but I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, so Doom Patrol, check it out, guys. It's on the DC Universe app. If you haven't checked it out, check that out.
I kept saying DC All Access. CBS.
DC Universe.
DC Universe. Check out that app. Subscribe to it. It's really good. It's got a lot of fan favorites in there. I really like that it has a lot of also the
movies,
animated movies,
animated shows, stuff like that. For sure, check that out.
I'm gonna check it out. One interesting thing that I just kind of found out today that Matt mentioned about Doom Patrol, and the next thing that we're gonna talk about is if you didn't know, the singer from My Chemical Romance. If you're familiar with My Chemical Romance, the singer Gerard Way is a writer or
comic book writer for
DC.
For DC, yes.
Did some DC stuff. He's worked on.
He is the current writer for Doom Patrol on the
current iteration
right
on comic books.
He developed this young animal like separate, like you know how DC has Voltage or something like that. Kind of like Office, but still in the DC realm.
Yeah.
He set this up to make writers, we're gonna write by these characters, but in our little own universe.
Yeah.
He's the writer for Doom Patrol, and he is the creator plus writer on this next show we're gonna talk about.
Ella. Sorry, no, yeah, like that. Oh, no, never mind.
The Umbrella Academy.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, it's a new Netflix show that just came out like a week ago.
Yeah.
Came out the same day as Doom Patrol.
Yeah, same day as Doom
Patrol.
Like
so 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So
2 weeks ago, because we're in the second episode of because this is the second episode of Doom Patrol. So yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So Gerard Way did have inspiration from the original Doom Patrol comic books for Umbrella Academy. So you can see a lot of similarities between them. Both comic books.
They both have like
both shows,
like a leader or a chief kind of thing.
Yeah. So main cast members are of course Ellen Page, Mary J. Blige, Tom Hooper, Kate Walsh, Robert Sheehan, and Aidan Gallagher. Yeah. So I just watched episode 1. I know you finished it.
I finished it.
I only watched two episodes of it so far. I haven't gotten around to get to the rest of the episodes.
But so far, what I've seen, the first episode, I'm intrigued. There's one particular scene that I loved, which is like I said, it's not a spoiler. This is just a scene in the show. It's a dance scene where they're just like kind of listening to music and they're just dancing, and it highlights and it like.
Well, one of the characters puts a song on.
And and they all hear it.
They all hear it.
The Space Boy.
Because this timeline is based out of the 80s, correct?
No.
It's in current day.
They were. Yeah, it's current day. They were born
all simultaneously on the same day.
Yeah, all simultaneously on the same day. Sometime in the 80s. and then they were
Okay,
raised.
so
they were raised.
46 kids were born.
43.
43 women gave birth on one day, not being pregnant when they started. They all gave birth to a child on that day. What's his name?
This wealthy billionaire.
Had set out to adopt.
Reginald Hargraves.
Yeah,
Hargraves.
set out to take in these kids. He only brought in 7. So there's 7 of them. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 7.
Of course, number 7 being the outcast of all the other ones because she didn't have no unique powers.
Yes.
Which
Which is played by
Ellen Page. Which she was always.
So let's say that the characters' names. Number 1 is Luther. Number 2 is Diego. Number 3 is a character named Allison. Number 4 is Klaus. Number 5 is just called Number 5, and you see why if you watch the show. Number 6 is Ben, and then number 7 is named Vanya. And the thing was though, is that they all kind of gave themselves their own names because the father who adopted them
was always kind of busy with his own thing.
Not really busy, but he was
training them.
He was just training them.
Training them and stuff like that to become heroes.
To be
use their abilities.
Use their abilities for good and stuff like that, but only recognize them by their number.
And of course, when you all got back together after the father's death, they're all, of course, not heartbroken, but bitter, just toward each other, toward everything that happened.
Just torn with their emotions,
and especially bitter toward Vanya number 7. And if you watch the show, you'll see why.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, just a little tad spoiler, is the reason why they come back together, not only because of the death of their adopted father, but one of the characters reappears who had disappeared for to them was 17 years, but when you watch the show, there's it's like a whole other.
I mean, it's in the trailer, isn't it?
It's in the trailer, yeah.
Is to prevent the end of the world,
which is in
8 days.
8 days.
So number 5 was a teleporter.
Dude, I love the fact that he's a kid, but he's 59 years old. It's cool. It's cool, and he plays it really well. That's probably one of the things that intrigued me the most was him, and wants me to watch was because of him. Who's his name? The one that talks to the dead. What's his name? Klaus. Also him. His kind of. I said I've only seen episode number 1, so I base off what I've seen. At
first, you start kind of either get annoyed or hate some of these characters, but as you keep continuing watching on, my favorite 2 episodes are the last 2 episodes. I mean, the whole thing is really good.
How many episodes are there?
10. 10 episodes.
That's not bad.
Really good, but my last 2 are really good.
Say right now, my favorite character is Klaus. Because he's a very unique character, he's able to talk to the dead, contact the afterlife and stuff like that. That's his power.
I love Klaus. I love number 5.
Klaus and number 5 are the fan favorites. While number 3, which is Allison, which she has the ability to manipulate
rumors.
People. Or say, I had a rumor that you did this and that. She's able to manipulate the people's minds to be able to do that.
That's cool.
While number 1's power is to have super strength. Of course, in the comic book, if you've seen the first episode, he has a monkey-esque, gorilla-esque body.
Kind of like Pogo, right? And I really love. The thing is, that
was one thing that kind of when I started watching it, and my wife was saying what are you watching? Why are you watching? Something with a talking monkey.
I see. The thing is, that's one thing I love about the show is because like I said, my issues with the Doom Patrol was the production wise, as far as special effects, and it just it looks fake, and I can't get past that. With
Pogo,
with the Brother Academy, Pogo is spot on, and he looks great. It's almost as far as
an actual chimpanzee.
I think with Netflix, with them,
and the thing is their production is
with them developing all their shows and stuff like that, and especially from Stranger Things, I think their production value has gotten really, really good, and it's just getting way better.
Like it's so
way
good,
better.
and it's highlighted in Umbrella Academy. As far as like I said, like Pogo is like, wow, like for a second did I not think this is a fake monkey, because he looks amazing. And I cannot wait to watch more of it.
And if all y'all are out there thinking like, talking monkey, like really, come on guys, Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket Raccoon,
right?
Talking Tree.
Watch Planet of the Apes, because that is amazing.
Ninja Turtles, like come on guys. I always get that out like, I don't know, because it's got this talking animal. I'm like, okay, there's Ninja Turtles, there's Care Bears. Well, I mean, as far as movies go, Ninja Turtles, the original one.
There's the Scorpion King on Mummy 2.
Yeah, there's a Scorpion King.
That's the most worst special effect.
But I'm just saying, but still, you had the Mummy. It's like, come on, guys. It's fiction. It's all fiction. It's just
fiction.
Well, yeah, I mean, Umbrella. I praise the Umbrella Academy, especially the comic book. I read the comic book.
So okay. So you've read it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read it?
No. Again, that was another one of those that.
And let me ask you this.
And here's the thing. I've known about it. I've known about it for years. I've known about it before it got published, because I remember it again. It's developed by the singer from My Chemical Romance,
which we've been a fan of ever since.
And I remember when Fuse was around. I think it's still around, but when Fuse was just all focused on music, and it would do band interviews during Warped Tour, that they interviewed Gerard Way during Warped Tour, and they asked him like, hey, well, what do you do during your downtime? He goes, oh, I'm currently working on my comic book.
What's it called?
Called The Umbrella Umbrella Academy.
Hey.
And so I've known about it since then, and that was when their major album hit.
In 2003 or 2000.
Yeah.
No, it was around the time where
three cheers for
Welcome to the Black Parade. No, he started working on Welcome to the Black Parade started.
3 Cheers.
No, he started working on it during 3 Cheers.
It's good because he did that.
I think he started publishing during Black Parade. Like he was working on it, and then he got art for it,
because the artwork
it.
for Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge was done by Gerard Way. He did that artwork for that album cover. But he started working on Umbrella Academy when he was doing that album, and then he said he got it published during Black Parade.
Because they only went on tour while they had 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge on Warped Tour, and after that it was just either big concert tours or their own concert tour.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I mean, the reason I asked if you guys have read it is because there's been many like speculation, like, oh, well, you have to kind of know what's going on to watch it, or you have to be a fan of the comic book to watch it. Is that true?
No. Because they've even come out. I've read a couple articles on a lot of things that were changed from the comic book onto the show, and
now,
things
I noticed it right off the bat
and
when
things
the
that they
trailer
changed,
came out.
and things that they kept the same.
When the trailer came out, I know right off the bat, I was like, okay, so this is gonna be a light, like not a light, but like a somewhat.
This is gonna be based on
soft adaptation of the Umbrella Academy comic book.
Yeah.
Because the first sequence in that Umbrella Academy comic book is the kids fighting the Eiffel Tower.
Fighting
the Eiffel Tower.
That's cool.
And when they showed the kids
in action, Eiffel Tower's alive.
When they showed the kids in action in the movie, in the show,
they were fighting the bank robbers.
Yeah.
That
so was the Eiffel Tower sequence in the show, was the bank
okay, I see.
Robbery.
Either way, I love the first episode.
I suggest you guys continue watching it.
I'm going to.
We're going to. Good.
Yeah. And when we finish it, we'll come back
again
on here, and
you do not have to know what's going on in the comic books to watch this show.
Just know that it is the comic book.
It is based off of a comic book.
And Gerard Way.
Gerard Way himself
I'm not okay.
praises the show because
he's one of the producers on it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Gerard Way.
He was gonna do his own little videos on explaining like the little, like I saw on his social media posts, like, oh, I'm gonna explain this the characters for each characters and what my inspiration was and what the show inspiration was. So if y'all haven't, follow Gerard Way on Instagram, I suggest y'all do that.
R2, do you follow Gerard Way on Instagram? Well, you should.
One thing though I will say is that, usually when you're watching a show or while it's still, popular and people are still watching it, right away they announce like, oh, season 2's already, been approved,
This one hasn't.
This one hasn't gone.
Well, I mean, give time. It's been at least 2 weeks ago.
So I'm really hoping, and I'm sure they are, but I'm really hoping they are because it does leave you on a cliffhanger. It really does leave you on a cliffhanger.
You want to bet? I haven't finished it. We'll do a bet on the show right now. $10. Oh, you know what? No, $10.
For what? Bet on what?
To get announced for season 2. I
know
it will.
It is. I know
well,
it is.
Stop doubting it.
I'm just saying, usually you would hear it by now, but I'm just saying.
I saw an article saying, I don't know if it was confirmed or it was like suggestions for a season 2 because one, the comic book is just, they just released a sequel for the comic book, not like before, like when the show was announced. So it's not like a series.
Yeah.
It's like set story, that's that story, and then they release another set story, which is that story. But it's not like a consistent issues,
So again,
well, can I
good.
have $10?
No.
Damn it.
It's good. I can't wait for it. Like I said, it leaves you on a cliffhanger. Speaking of cliffhangers,
Why violate?
Well, hold on, wait. One show that we had.
what do you no?
Go. Hurry up. Say.
Anyways, what I wanted to say is, speaking of cliffhangers, before someone can distract me, is we've been keeping up with The Talking Dead. I know you haven't.
Oh, okay.
Or The Walking Dead.
Okay.
We've been keeping up with The Talking Dead too.
Oh my god. This last episode reeled me back into the show.
Because they finally brought out the Whispers. It is getting really good. It's getting kind of back to that darkness of it. Bringing back up more of the walkers.
If you watch this second half of this show, you will get back into it because the Whispers is what's driving me back into the show, especially their leader, Alpha. She is very
Alpha from
menacing.
Alpha 5?
No.
Shit.
She is very menacing.
Oh, she's
in the comic book, she's menacing. In the show, she has that same energy.
So does these characters, as far as Norman Reedus,
and in the next episode,
do the characters carry the show as well as Rick Grimes was?
Yes, they do actually, and I've seen those. Okay, I can get used to these.
And who's like the main character now?
In the next show, they're finally gonna introduce Ryan Hurst, Opie from Sons of Anarchy. He's finally gonna come up and make his big appearance.
If y'all had to say one, who is the main character in Walking Dead?
They're all the main characters.
No, you can't say that. It's cheating.
Okay, so like how Rick was the leader of the group.
Yeah, because back then Rick was the leader, but we followed other characters.
Because now you got 3 groups. You got the Hilltop, Alexandria, and the Kingdom. I really could say, I want to say right now, okay, there really is no main character.
Because they're all.
But the main group right now that's being focused is the Hilltop. Maggie's gone.
Jesus
is. You'll see.
Yeah.
Jesus is dead.
You want me to spell it out for you? DED, dead.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the other groups don't know either.
He died in the mid-season.
I think I saw that.
So, but
did his hair survive?
Because not even Michonne hasn't even been in the last 2 episodes.
Well, if you heard, she's
I know she's
off the show.
I know she's but
well, she's not gonna come back for the next season.
Yeah. Because I think she shot some of her final scenes now.
So in other words, Walking Dead is getting good. Watch it. Stay tuned for better Walking Dead.
It's gonna get
really, really
Well,
It's gonna be like when the Saviors first came out.
Well, to end this TV talk segment that we have going on right now, which is great,
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta watch all the shows that we mentioned, all these that are based off of comic books.
Okay.
So,
Let's do that then.
again, Deadly Class on Sci-Fi, Doom Patrol,
on
DC,
DC
Universe,
and
The Umbrella Academy on
on
Netflix, and then of course that's always been around for
Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead, AMC. So,
And of course, you can catch up on all the 8 seasons on Netflix because they're all on Netflix. I don't know if season 8's on Netflix yet. Is it?
yeah, season 8's on Netflix.
Of course, because season 9's out.
So, all right. So, like we just were discussing, there's 3 new
Great shows.
great shows to watch and one to continue keep watching. Deadly Class, once again, Deadly Class Sci-Fi, Doom Patrol, DC Universe, The Umbrella Academy on Netflix.
Resident Evil, yeah, I get that reference.
The Umbrella Academy on Netflix, and then if you guys fallen out of it, The Walking Dead on AMC. So we're gonna do our segment here. It's gonna be called News and Shit. So I'm gonna give you guys some news topics that have come up within the week or two. See what they think about it, and see what's going on with this. So one that you kind of already know about, you text us about it, and that's kind of been coming up a little bit more now lately, is the Hulk Hogan biopic.
Ooh,
So this is going to be coming out on Netflix. It's going to be directed by
Todd Phillips.
who's currently doing the Joker movie. He did The Hangover, Old School, and then it's going to be starring Chris Hemsworth as the Hulkster himself. So, go for it.
I'm intrigued, but also kind of very skeptical about it because I'm very excited for Todd Phillips because he's taking chances as far as the Joker movie. We haven't seen that yet, and we're very eager to see it.
Haven't gotten a trailer yet.
Yeah, haven't got a trailer yet, but we're still eager to see it. And then now he's taking on this Hulk Hogan movie, which is, in fact, going to be under the eye of Hulk Hogan himself.
Producer.
So he's going to be producing the film. So that tells you right off the bat that they're not going to be highlighting any of the controversial issues that he's experienced in recent years. Chris Hemsworth, I think, is great casting. I can't wait to see him. It's going to be weird to see him as Hulk Hogan, but this movie is set to be focused on his earlier years up to his first championship win in the WWF at the time. And
Which was in like the 80s.
Yeah, when he faced the Iron Sheik, I believe.
Yeah.
I am very anticipated to see it. I love wrestling. I love, I can't wait to see this wrestling movie. So,
Yeah, I guess I'm the same way. Anticipated to see it, eager to see what it's all about, because when it comes to biopics and Netflix, they always fall short in quality. Well, not, I mean, they have great production value, but in quality of like the writing, the direction, and stuff like that, it's where they always fall short of. So that's where my concerns are with the movie. Chris Hemsworth is a unusual but good casting for Hulk Hogan. I'm pretty sure the makeup department will make him look Hulk Hogan wise.
and he's gonna need to fill out a little more. He's gonna need to fill out a little more because he is buff, but Hulk Hogan was always buff, just a little bit,
thicker.
A little bit
thicker. So he's gonna fill out a little more, and he's gonna have to shave the top of his head.
Well, not in his early years. So sticking in biopics, and again with Netflix is coming out with another biopic. What was it called? The new Monty Crew biopic.
Oh God!
What do you guys think about that?
I've always heard their music like on the radio because either my mom or my dad would play it when they were either getting ready for work or just have it on the radio in the car when they pick me up from school. So
that's weird.
Yeah, to see them, have their own movie. It was an unexpected trailer when I saw it. I was like, I didn't know this was even a thing, but it could be cool. could be not. Who knows?
The fact that Machine Gun Kelly is, I think, someone told me that is playing
The guitarist?
Tommy Lee.
drummer? No.
No? Well, he's playing one of the characters. It's just like, okay, what? Like, I don't really care about this movie. It just looks like there's just like, oh, we're doing all these, music biopics now. Just do one of Motley Crue. No one cares about Motley Crue. You know who I care about? Motley Lou. Next.
Alright. Sticking in the Netflix realm, there was just an announcement that the Haunting of Hill House is getting a second season, but it's going to be a anthology. So it's going to be based off the, let's see here, it's going to be based off the 1898 novel, The Turn of the Screw by Henry James, which is going to be called The Haunting of Bly Manor. Thoughts.
Cannot wait for this. For those of you who have kept up with the episodes, I think it's a Halloween episode. We did a review of Haunting of Hill House, and you know that we love this show. I absolutely love this show to the point where it brought me to tears just talking about it. Haunting of Hill House was one of the best shows of last year. Surprising, one of those gems you find, and the fact that I'm glad that they announced it for a second season, and I'm even more glad that they announced, it's a second season, but it's an anthology. So, because that first story, there's nowhere else to go with that. Leave it alone. It's fine. Let's do another story in the same kind of, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're sticking with like a different story, different characters, hopefully, since you said it was made in the 1800s, it's...
Well, the book is, but we'll probably get a modern version.
I hope not.
Let's hope that
not.
we get into that era, because it's a different time era than what we got with Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
So let's hope that it sticks in that era. But even if it brings it into the modern era, I'm pretty sure the producers, if the creator, director, what's his name again?
Mike Flanagan.
I
hope he comes back.
Is still involved.
I think he is.
I think he's still involved in the show.
I think he's gonna start. I think he's gonna come back. He's gonna come and. I'm not sure how much directing he's going to do, but he's definitely going to come back as a producer after he does what she's currently working on, Dr. Sleep.
Oh God.
So
yeah, so I hope he comes back, but yeah.
We just recently got a new trailer for this one, Eddie's anticipated movie of the year, Detective Pikachu.
Just like Pikachu in the trailer, he's just like, I got the putts. He calls him a putz. Come on, like, oh God, I was excited for the first trailer.
I guess he's gonna take it on this one.
I am super excited for the second trailer. I'm a champ. They Snorlax, Jigglypuff. They show a Cubone. They show a bunch of Pokemon. Mewtwo. Spoilers. It's a trailer. Get over it. I cannot wait for this movie. It seems like it's going right off the game, as far as him getting amnesia. Mewtwo coming in the picture, it looks pretty good, and the Pokemon in general just look awesome. I can't wait to see it.
I mean, I saw it and I was like, okay, I got excited than what I was before.
Yeah, me too.
And when I saw Mewtwo, I was like, oh shit, okay, okay, they're bringing in the big guns then, and of course the Pokemon look good. Some look creepy as hell. Cubone looked great. Mewtwo looked great.
Cubone looked the best.
Pikachu still looking adorable, and Ryan Reynolds as ever, with the same voice. If you've seen the promotion video of Ryan Reynolds method acting,
oh yeah, I saw that.
His wife saying like, "We're not gonna go see this movie."
All right.
Okay. Well, on top of that, there was a quick shot of Flareon, which people always people all thought it was Eevee. It's Eevee. No, it's Flareon. And you could see that there's a god Pokemon inside of him. So something's going on with that Flareon. I don't know what's going on, but cannot wait to see.
I was like, when I saw it, I was like, that's not Eevee. That's
not
someone
Eevee.
else.
Yeah, it's not Eevee. It's Flareon.
All right, and the comic book world, Kevin Feige finally speaks out about the Black Widow film, that it is not going to be an R-rated film, and he went on to say that it never was going to be. What are your thoughts? Because I knew we talked about this once before, about it being an R-rated film. Black Widow film.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't affect because I mean there's still violent.
Well, would you have preferred it to be, or do you still feel confident that since it's not going to be?
Well, I wasn't really excited in the first place, but I mean it would have been cool for them to take that risk to be an R-rated film. It would have been the first dive into that territory, but it can still work out in their favor because there's still a lot of they still push the limits with the PG-13 rating.
Nick Fury can still make his appearance on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was on board for it, but it doesn't make sense. If I'm being completely honest, it doesn't make sense for them to just to out of nowhere be like, oh, we're gonna make an R-rated MCU film. It just doesn't make sense. They've done pretty well with their movies, and I feel like they'll do pretty well with this one, whether it be not R-rated. So I just think it's fine. You know, just give us that Black Widow movie. Give ScarJo her movie already.
Fair enough. Keeping in the MCU, Gwyneth Paltrow just announced that she is going to retire as Pepper Potts from the MCU. How do y'all feel about it? What do y'all think? What does this mean for Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man? Is this a potential spoiler for Endgame?
I think, for one, it's not. It doesn't mean much for Iron Man or Robert Downey Jr. I mean, yeah, that's his love interest in the movie. I don't think she's gonna die or anything. I do think it's a spoiler because in her quote she says, I've got how old she is, but she's like, I'm at this age, I'm too old to be in a suit. So now we know she's gonna be in a damn suit. I mean, there was border and there was big pictures.
Well, she's in suits.
But she did post a picture of her in a suit, Iron Man suit. But I just felt like you could have left that part out. Why did you have to say I'm too old to be in suits? You could just let that part out, but fine. You know, she's been gone once before. That's okay. Bye.
Same. I mean, she has been absent in most of the Marvel movies where Robert Downey Jr. has been. I mean, of course, they pop her name back up, like, oh, Pepper Potts. Like, how's Pepper Potts doing?
Where is the lady?
And then she reappeared in her first appearance since Homecoming in Infinity War. So it's understandable. A lot of these characters are going to be retiring after Endgame. Who knows how they're going to go off? Who knows what's going to happen in the movie? We only got mild footage of what we can expect in Endgame, so I guess it's her time to go, and it's understandable. So I respect her decision.
I got a topic of news and shit that you guys could hash out. There's been speculation and some rumors that the Disney Plus is going to bring about a Obi-Wan series instead of a movie, a series. What do you guys thought about that?
I can respect it a little bit more. I can respect it a little bit more than it being a movie because it being a movie, then if the way it could end, could not end, we could always gonna be wanting more. It being a series, I think we'll get a lot more action and adventure and a little bit more in depth into his story of where, depending on where he's going to take place, whether he's going to be on Tatooine, you know, watching over Luke Skywalker, and then maybe have to take off on a mission or two while on Tatooine, or, you know, having to deal with, you know, some of the Hutt stuff, you know, things like that. I think, you know, I think it would be better as a show than a movie.
Man.
I never heard of that before. I wonder if a show on it, but it was interesting because again, they can do a lot more with the show opposed to the movie, which they can cram so much stuff within the movie, but they can cram so much more into it. A 13 episode show opposed to a 2 hour movie.
Okay, so bouncing off of that, just one more last thing. You mentioned that, you know, is he gonna be on Tatooine and watch over Luke? Would you rather see him, you know, go off on a mission, take on the Hutts, or encounter Darth Vader again before his final, you know, demise? What would you rather see?
I'd rather him take on some type of mission or having to deal with something with the Hutts.
So you don't want Darth Vader?
As opposed to Darth Vader, because despite how they go off of it and what we got from A New Hope, New Hope, there was no indication there was going to be any more Star Wars or not. It was just a movie that was made. Fans loved it. George Lucas went on to make Empire Strikes Back. I think what we got between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan and A New Hope was all I needed. I don't think I need anything else.
You're wrong. Just kidding. Matt?
I mean, they really touched base on him in the animated shows, on what he did during the Clone Wars, plus post Clone Wars. So I don't know. It's really interesting where they might take this one.
Just kind of open for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And that is our news and
Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Geekin and Drinking, episode number 15. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you thought about the game chat with Matt. Let us know what you thought about the music that we talked about this episode, as well as the shows Deadly Class, Brother Academy, and Doom Patrol. We are gonna be giving away some koozies. So if you are interested in one, leave us a comment, leave us a like, subscribe to the channel if you already are not, and spread the word to your friends. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Geekin Drinkin Podcast, Instagram and Twitter at Geekin_Drinkin. So follow us there. We're very active, especially on Instagram. We like to be very engaging. So just let us know what you liked and what you did not like, if there's anything. We are also very thankful for Freetail Bat Outta Helles. Thank you so much. This is a delicious beer, which is a German style lager. Check it out. It's very delicious. Find it at stores near you. But yeah, that's it. For Geekin Drinkin, I'm Eddie. I'm Matt. Peace out, guys.